Well, hello everybody, it's Bug Eater 64 and welcome to another Air America Due flight. What we're going to be doing here is going to be taking off in a Aeroworx C-47 DC-3, and we're going to be doing a cross-country flight from Santa Ana, John Wayne International, to GSP, which is Greenville Spartanburg in South Carolina. So we're going to be going to that international airport, and we're going to be doing it in a number of legs. So this first leg is going to be from KSNA, which is John Wayne, to Albuquerque, KABQ. And so with that, we're going to get started here. Hope you all enjoy the flight. And here we are at John Wayne International, and there is our C-47 with some new paint job, a little different than what you saw in the image earlier. So let's get inside the cockpit and get things started here. Alright, so first thing we have to do is close the door and pull the chocks. And that's on this version, Aeroworx, this is what you have to do that. Alright, so no smoking, fasten seat belts, and let's see. There's my beacon. Alright. Yeah, so let's hope everything. Fuel pumps, we'll go ahead and click them on. Prime the right one, and get that started. Excuse me. Okay, we got one engine started here. Let's get the second one started. Take a look. Looks like it's all set. Looking good. Alrighty, so engine started. Don't know what that little glitch was earlier. Let's get our flight plan going here. Okay, let's go. Flight plan, menu. Alright, so got a bug flying by my head. How did I get in the cockpit? So let's activate. So we are ready to go. Release the brake. Yeah, we'll start down here to the end of the runway.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
And we'll get flaps set for takeoff. Come out onto the runway.
On runway 02 left.
Okay. So it looks like everything's looking good. Alright, we're all set. Let's give her some power and let's get out of here. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots, liftoff. Positive rate, gear coming up. Flaps up. Okay, we got the autopilot on. everything's looking pretty good right now. So with that, let's go ahead, pause this. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that takeoff. Okay, so not a bad takeoff. And it appears to be following the GTN 750 nicely. See how that goes. Okay. Okay, so we got the doors locked so we can kind of quiet down the passengers. Because they are a noisy bunch. I'd like to find a way to put that GTN right there in that middle of that panel and just leave it there. We may try some things and see what happens. Okay, altitude just 5,900 feet. We're going to go up to about 12,000. And we've started to make our turn. Yeah, it's following the flight plan quite nicely. Watch our airspeed during this turn. This bird is not fast by any way. A turtle backing up can almost go as fast as this. Now that we've leveled off, let's see, even though we're climbing still, see if we gain back a little bit of that airspeed. Give it a little more throttle. So we're all looking good. Everything's in the green. Got 23 miles till our next turn. Got comms set on the ATIS for Albuquerque, so we'll know when getting closer. Looks like we're going to pop up above the clouds here, so that's good. That's interesting. Huh. I don't see my bright metal skin that we had earlier.
Traffic.
Got traffic. They'll pass over us. If not, they'll kill us. That would be bad. Alrighty then. We're on our way. We're climbing nicely at just about 800 feet a minute, which is pretty good for this old girl. Airspeed is pretty much settled down, so everything's looking good. Weather's not the greatest. We do have cloudiness, but We've got 500 and some odd miles to go, 560 something, and we'll be back with you when we get a little bit closer. So enjoy the flight, and until we see you next time, which is for you going to be about a couple minutes maybe. Anyway, this is Bug Eater 64, and we'll catch you when we get closer to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Alrighty, so here we are, 91 miles away, and we started our descent, a very slow descent, about 500 feet a minute, going from about 15,000. We're heading down to 10. Right now we're sitting at about 11,500, and we're maintaining our speed about the same as our cruising speed using the throttles. We don't want to go too much over that. We could, but we don't really want to with this old airplane. And we're just waiting for ATIS to kick in, so we'll know which departure and arrival runway we should be using. So with that, it's a little bit hazy and cloudy. We've had weather almost all the way here, so with that, this is Bug Eater 64, and we'll be back with you as soon as ATIS kicks in. So, see you soon. Okay, looks like we've got about 56 miles to go, and as you can see out the left window there, we apparently are following I-40 straight into Albuquerque. We're continuing our descent down to 7,500. We may go a little lower than that. We're past the mountains, so we should be in good shape. We're just, again, like I said, waiting for ATIS to pop up so I know which runway. Otherwise, I'll just land on the first one I see. The flight has gone very well. It's been very uneventful, even with the weather. We were in heavy clouds almost all the way here. 8,000 feet. $50 miles to go.
Albuquerque Int'l Sun.
There we go.
Papa. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 13,000 scattered, 17,000 scattered, temperature 4, dew point -14. Altimeter 2997. Arriving runways 08, 03, 12, departing runways 08, 12. Advise
Okay.
on initial contact you have Papa.
Let's level off. Alright, so
Albuquerque Int'l Sunport Information Sierra. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 13,000 scattered, 17,000 scattered, temperature 4, dew point -14. Altimeter 2997. Arriving runways 08, 03, 12, departing runways 08, 12. Advise on initial contact you have Sierra. Albuquerque Int'l Sunport Information Delta. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 13,000 scattered, 17,000 scattered, temperature 4, dew point -14.
okay.
Altimeter 2997. Arriving runways 08, 03, 12, departing runways 08, 12. Advise on initial contact you have Delta.
Okay, so we're in good shape here. 34 miles to go. Gonna start losing some altitude. Now let's see the map. 5354 is altitude. So we're going to level off. Right at about 7,000 feet. We'll start slowing it down. Twice, get down to about 110. I'd like to keep it right about here for right now. At 110 or just under, we can lower the landing gear and get some flaps. Take a look at that again. Yeah, 08. Yeah, very long runway. And that's almost a straight in approach for us, so that's good. Makes life easier. So right now we're a little over 2,500 above the ground surface. A little more throttle. Just just under 25 miles to the next point. Fuel pressure's good, oil pressure's good, temps are good. Yeah, should be pretty much straight ahead off in the distance before we get to that next set of hills. Yeah, 19 miles. Yeah, we're just about right on profile. It says 7,100 feet, and we're just under that. Ground speed 131 knots. It's what we call high desert. Altitudes like this. Twelve and a half miles. And at that point, we may be able to see the airport. Don't know. Slow but steady. And just crossing over I-40. Okay, getting ready for the approach. I'm watching my fuel gauge. It's going to be very, very close. Ruh-roh. Okay, starting our approach. .6 miles. I have the airplane. Landing gear coming down. Watch our airspeed.
Flaps. Flaps. Approaching 08.
Yeah, this is where it gets fun. Ooh, got a little wind here. And we're down 83 feet a minute, not bad. So I can see. Okay. Clean up the bird. you. I'm tired of you. Alright, so we have landed. Not too shabby. So let's take a look at the landing. Alright, so let's see how far we are from this runway.
Traffic.
Yeah, it was a little crosswind landing. But I am not going to complain. 83 feet a minute. And I didn't want to run all the way down to the end there, so I kicked it and came around. Should have used the next taxiway, but who cares? Everybody's down and safe. Got the aircraft all cleaned up. We'll just go over here to park. So, there you have it. Here we are at Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hope you enjoyed the flight. It was uneventful, worked very well. The GTN 750 worked extremely well with this old bird. Got no complaints whatsoever. So, as I said, I hope you enjoyed it. So until next time, this is Bug Eater 64 telling you thanks for coming, thanks for watching. If you liked it, click the like button. If you didn't like it, click that button and tell me why and what I can do to make things better. Until then, this is Bug Eater 64. Looking forward to seeing you all very soon. And as always, safe flying.